One way through which people constantly disappoint themselves and suffer from the corresponding depression each day is that of simply postponing things. A postponement typically happens in most people's life, especially in certain levels of misery, when they want to do something, but not only do they want to do it, they also promise themselves they will do that. But for whatever reasons, they end up not doing it, or, well, they are simply not able to do that. See, when you make a promise, be it to yourself or to others, your word is highly important. There is a reason why they tell you when you go to school and such, the first thing you learn is to spell. Because words are like spells. It's like, those RPG where characters, they utter certain words to obtain a certain, well, effect or whatever. We're not gonna take it as goofy as is, but sci-fi is of, well, the ideas of video games is goofy as is. When we think about taking responsibility, when we think about making a promise, your word should be your bond, because what promises you make, well, those promises are gonna disappoint or they are gonna uplift in the end. You have to understand, you have been programmed to believe that your physical body, you who you are, is one single being. You have multiple dimensions of existence, and your physical body is not just one single entity. Imagine that this body is actually 4 billion cells and as such. It's just like a megalopolis with around, I don't know, plus minus 4 million, 4 billion, I don't know, it can be even more, it can be even less. But let's say your body has only 4 million cells. Well, that's a lot of them. And each and every one does its best. And obviously, always it does its best so that you can experience life as you're experiencing right now. But most people don't show any respect towards that collective effort. When you're suffering, your whole cells are suffering. That is why you feel spine chills, right? The chills down your spine are triggered by water that reacts to certain stimuli within your body. It is an actual perception. It is an actual thing that happens. Water crystallizes when you're afraid. That's why you feel that sensation. That crystallization causes pain and, well, let's not talk about energy blockages and the such because that's way too interpretable. But when water crystallizes, water is also part of your blood as it goes through the smaller veins and blood vessels of your body. It can cause small harm to it, right? It can cause small hemorrhage within it because water crystallizing, it's like suddenly having ice going through your body. That's why a sick society wants you to be constantly in fear. Fear distorts your immune system, and also fear causes pain within your body. Your whole body reacts to all of your emotions in the end. Imagine that all your cells are like your little children. How much care you take for those children is how well they will handle life. Because once you teach your children that they are nothing else but an inhibition, nothing else than a set of ideas that you've been living and your ancestors have been living by, that you're never good enough, this is not good, this is not good, well, that should be the greatest crime because it should be worse than even killing someone. When someone is killed, yes, it is unfortunate, but the businesses they've had in this world are finished. If someone is programmed to live as just a tiny, minuscule percentage of what their entire potential can be, that is a huge crime because that person may live 80 years. But you're programming them since 5, 6, 7 age, right? You're programming them to be just a minuscule aspect. And when people believe in things, they're going to invest all their energy into that. That is how sick societies keep their people as deviants, as people who deviate themselves from the universal truths, that they have powers beyond their comprehension. But in the end, when you're making your body promises that you're going to take care of it, and you're failing those, you're failing millions of cells, and they feel that pain. That is why you feel depressed and pained as well. It is a result of the, let's say, mini collective consciousness that all of those cells have because they function in the emotional field that your body has. Your feelings that you have are a result of how your cells are feeling. You put all the trash food in your body and you're hoping to feel good. It's not going to work. Those cells know what is happening to them and they're telling you. The depression that you're feeling is only a sign that things are happening in a very bad way in your body, right? The only problem you have as an ignorant is that you're not feeling actually the pain that your cells are feeling. You're only feeling some sensations or dizziness, or probably you're puking or whatever, but those are definitely not entirely the feelings that your cells go through. So honor your body, honor your life, because you only have one. It doesn't matter how many times um, you simply reincarnate. Because if you die a painful death, and all of us humans live, the way you died, that is what you're going to experience until you are reborn. Imagine that if all of us humans die, as all of the idiots in the world probably wet their panties about, how many billions of years might you actually need for this planet to develop another species that is capable of housing your life force? Because if it takes 1 billion years, think that you're gonna feel the last thing you felt when you died, amplified by 1,000 times. It's a long time for that. That is why it is always good to live a calm life and make sure that you have not a painful death, because there's not gonna be people or anyone so that you can reincarnate. Maybe you cure that karma that you have accumulated of those pains in only, let's say, 4,000 years. But what if you have to wait 100,000 years more before this world can actually create a new species that is capable of, housing the piece of life that you are? So enjoy life, take care, and well, this being said, Ferenjan Board signing out.